Hello, everybody. I just wanted to share this silver trade with you. I took this morning. Well, it's not so much because of a great arm multiple. It didn't work out as I hoped. So it had a lot of upside potential. I want to show you this trade because it's a great learning trade. It has many aspects so one can learn from. So this morning I did my trend scan, my morning trend scan, and this is a silver chart, right? I'm very bullish on silver, as you know. I think this consolidation has ended, and we are up for new highs. So that is a trade taking on a lower time frame that has a huge upside potential, right? Silver more than doubled here from 12 to 30. So I'm very keen on getting in a lower time frame and trading a low risk idea. So this would be a super low risk swing trade basically, and I want to swing trade that over weeks or even months. So let's have a look. So I can see here that we are close to these stop run levels, right, on the weekly chart as well here on the daily chart. Well, we've just taken out this stop run level, this week high. So we should actually see a push higher. Well, getting a push higher, well, the next level will trigger and then maybe the next level. So I can see here on the weekly, well, not only on these weekly, monthly, quarterly charts, but as well on the daily chart, there's a lot of upside potential. We might get a big big green day bar or a couple of big green bars, right? On the 240, well, that looks very good too, right? We had an S1 pattern that was actually not tradable. We didn't get a touch of 21. But anyway, this is a very strong and smooth, well, that's an EMA trend, a very strong EMA trend mode. So we're very keen on, because all those time frames here, the bottom five, well, they're all telling me a screaming long, right? As well, this one, the 60 looks very good. So then I was, then I was actually spotting a pattern on the lower time frame, which is the 15-second chart. And I just want to go that through with you. We're just going bar by bar. That's kind of a historic replay, bar by bar. So it basically looked like this. Right? So I see that this wick high was broken, and I was keen on getting in on a trade. So let's just go bar by bar, and the higher time business will catch up now. Yeah, right. So this is basically in the morning. This is what I saw, right? And I saw, oh, that very much looks like an S2 turtle pattern, right? On the 1 minute chart, well, it nicely touches the 21. It's nicely embedded within the H21, even the 50 moving average. So I like that, right? On the high frame, well, we are in we're in a very strong EMA trend. It's not quite a super trend, but price is sitting on 8, right? It's not in a micro channel, but it's a very strong EMA trend. And I like that too, obviously. And on the bottom right, well, you can see the daily chart, and it's screaming long, right? Huge upside potential up to the $31 for an ounce. Well, now we're looking here at the 15-second chart, right? I mean, if you can enter a trade on a 15-second chart and run the daily up to $31. Well, that's obviously, well, that's a pirate trade, what I call, like a big R multiple above 30 R. So basically what we see here is the beginning of a turtle pattern. This is the lowest low. So we've got the left side, 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 higher lows, not very pronounced, right? So I'm looking for something similar on the right side. So let's see. Well, then this came in, right? This is a very pronounced right side higher low, and I was let's see, let's continue a little bit. Yeah, okay. And time wise as well, like the number of bars to the left and number of bars to the right. So this is kind of a harmonic pattern, right? So I was drawing my midline and my angular test line, and now waiting for a test of both, like of the midline and the angular test line. Well, then this comes in, right? And this is, well, this is an S1 pattern, right? An S1 pattern here on the 15-second chart. And you can see on the 1 minute chart, it's already touching the 21. So this is as well a valid. So basically, this is an S1 within an overall S2. So then I said to myself, well, why not trading this smaller pattern within an overall pattern? Well, I know that the win rate, trading a pattern within a pattern and then wanting to swing trade it, well, the win rate is relatively low, right? So I'm mentally prepared to get stopped out once or twice or even 3 times. So let's see what happens. Well, I'm looking for a test bar. Well, that happens here, right? That's a stack test bar, right? So this is a test bar as well. It's a test bar for the turtle pattern, right? So now I'm looking basically for for a rebreak of the line, which gives me a very low risk idea, smaller than the turtle pattern would give me, because entry for the turtle pattern would need to be up here, right? So basically half risk trading this S1 pattern. So I was stalking that for an entry. Well, then it goes down. Well, then it's basically done, right? So the S1 is over as of here. So as well, the S2 is over, right? Because this price activity has crossed, has gone outside of the box. So both patterns are invalids, but you should never like give up. I just kept it here on my stalking list. And then I actually saw, oh, well, this might have actually, transitioned into a higher time frame. If you look at the 1 minute chart, well, we can see an S1 pattern as well, right, on the 1 minute. Well, this is taken on, a little bit on discretion. Well, you don't see a clear test bar on the 1 minute S1 pattern, right? Well, if there's no test bar, well, then then I'm looking if there's a stack up test bar. If I can see a test bar on 1 time frame higher, which is the 5 minute chart basically, and on the 5 minute, well, I can see a test bar, right, which is a big green bar here on the bottom left. This is the test bar basically. So now, well, price has moved on the 1 minute chart quite away from the base. So I don't want to take that, right? I'm looking for a lower risk idea. So I was, well, I already started to FOMO, right? That we're going, that it's running without me. Because I couldn't trade the S2, I couldn't trade the S1 here on the 15-second chart. So now then a 1 minute chart has developed, an S1 1 minute chart, and this went straight off, right? I didn't get a test bar, so I couldn't enter early on the rebreak of the base. So now, well, price has gone up. Some thoughts crept in to FOMO. While being aware of that, you can counteract that, right? That feeling or these thoughts. So I said to myself, okay, if it comes back close to the base, well, I'm fine to take it, right? With a low risk idea. Because here you see on the bottom left on the 5 minute chart, the big green bar is the test bar, and this test bar has been broken higher. So entry, the entry rules are fulfilled. I just didn't want to take it with such a big risk, because entry would be far away from the base. So I was just waiting for a higher quality trade, which is basically when price pulls back. So I've put my limit order. You can see it on the 1 minute chart, the box, right? Yeah, the grayish box. That's my limit order, 27.96, and my stop, my connected stop is down here, that the 27.88. So put my limit. I was prepared to let that go, right? I wouldn't have thought, well, that it might not come back. Well, it actually happened here, right? It came back. My limit was triggered. I'm in the trade, right? Going for a swing trade, like trading the daily chart, basically. So now it goes a little bit beyond, like tests the base again, well, and a quick stop out, right? So that's a stop out, a very strong stop out. And I'm out of the, no, not yet, here. This is the stop out. So I'm out of the trade. I'm happy with it. Well, I've tried it, right? It's always difficult to, to get a 30-hour multiple. But overall, it's a great trade, right? Because it was flawlessly executed. It's important not to give up, right? So we've got the combination of an S2 and then an S1 within an S2. Then this whole trade idea yeah, moved one time frame higher into the 1 minute chart. Then here we've got an example of a stacked up bar and the opportunity to swing trade everything. So I like to see actually how things develop, and and as we can see, well, there's a big sell-off. Right. So seeing a big sell-off like that is actually it's actually a good thing, because the trade idea, you see the stop is much higher. So the trade idea was at a sweet spot. And if you see that if your stop gets triggered and it starts to run like in the opposite direction against your original target, well, that you know that this has been a pressure point, right? You definitely, well, don't want to get stuck trading without a stop. So this is good, right? If this had worked out, well, we would have seen this big move down here. Well, we would have seen this on the upside, a slingshot move. In this case, well, market decided to go down, which is fine. I have no problem with that. And the next opportunities are coming up. So yeah, I'm still happy. I'm very happy that I didn't fall into the trap of FOMOing. Just imagine how would that have felt for you if you let's see, let's go back here. How would that have felt? Just imagine. 1 second. If you're up here, right, and you get in because you're FOMOing, you get in up here, you put your stop down there, and you know doubts creep in, oh, it might be too big of a risk, etc., and then this happens, right? I mean, you really feel kind of stupid. Well, why? Because it's not a no regret trade, right? Taking the trades down here, I have no problem at all getting stopped out here, right? It's a no regret trade, at least for me. And if I had taken it up here, well, I would actually regret it. And regretting anything in trading, it's not good, because then emotional stuff builds up, like anger and frustration builds up, and then it triggers into your next trade, your next trading day, your whole week, right? So whatever you do, you should be fine and not feeling like you're forced. And this is so now the idea of being the captain of your trading comes up, right? You should never let yourself be forced by the market. Yeah, you are the captain, right? And the captain never gets himself forced by outside. I mean, he decides on his own, and the decision here was clearly, okay, I let that go. I'm fine with that. If it comes back here, well, then it's a great trade idea. Quality has improved because my R is smaller, and my RR ratio is much bigger. So yeah, what comes up next? Well, I know some of you are already trading live. What comes up next is the LMP. And we're actually going to do these kind of things, right? That you learn how to execute flawlessly while staying in a good mental state, right? Ray calls it a cool, calm, and confident (CCC) mental state, and this is basically what a captain is doing, right? He's cool, calm, and confident, whatever the weather conditions, even in stormy waters. He keeps a cool, calm, and confident mental state. And that's, yeah, these are the qualities of a great captain. And if you can do that as well, which you will, if you stay tuned, well, then you will be a great captain of your ship, and you will be successful, right? I mean, there are many ways to success, and I know some of you have already started trading live. I'm just offering, offering my knowledge and my advice. So I hope that was of interest. I feel very good about this trade, right? I'm invested in silver and gold on medium term, like with other positions. I've got long-term positions with cash in the spot market. So I don't mind at all here getting stopped out on that. It's just pulling back, right? And let's just have a look here at this this chart, the 50-minute. So it's just pulling back, and it's getting ready for an even bigger move on the upside. So this is it. I hope that wasn't too long. Thank you.